They came as asylum seekers running for their lives. Now they're competing for South Africa's few remaining jobs. Across the country, tensions are flaring as local taxi drivers confront undocumented foreigners operating Uber and other e-hailing services, turning city streets into battlegrounds over survival, legality, and livelihoods. Now, for the detail of this story, you've got to subscribe to the channel, like, share, and comment. Remember to watch the video till the end and don't skip the ads.
That about 3 vehicles were torched yesterday, and it seems to be clashes between minibus taxis and Uber drivers.
Onyenje sokukunda okutakale waga okuzuno musisi otachine matiko kuntambiro obufunchi ndechekwesasira onyate murukundo yawe nkuhereze onyenje
so much fun, guys.
mukama denkozi yebibi embabazi zawe zonkano zoza kumbasa jenjesa ninkwetenga niwe ndukwesiga ndi mu byohingure neho uwafereire.
What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Foreigner. Yeah, but yes, I said it right. I am a foreigner. I am a foreigner from East Africa, Uganda. I do vlogs about foreigners. I was an illegal foreigner or an illegal immigrant in South Africa for 5 years, from mid-2019 to mid-2025. So now, guys, it's January 2026. I'm very happy and excited, proudly excited to tell you that now I'm in my country, Uganda, East Africa. As you could see in the background, I'm on the farm. I've been on the farm ever since I came from South Africa. So I do my vlogs from the farm because I've been homesick. I've been homesick of these things. I've been missing being on the farm alone by myself, smelling the cow scent, and milking cows, drinking them water, grazing them, all that, being productive and being a productive member of society. So now, guys, today we're going to talk about the clash between local South African taxi drivers and illegal immigrants or immigrants in the business of transport. Now, guys, firstly, I'm going to play this video of taxis in South Africa labeled with South African flags and stickers in South African flag that are whisking away illegal immigrants or aiding illegal immigrants to get into South Africa. Now, guys, this is a very big lesson, and that's why I want you guys to subscribe to the channel first, hit the notification button, like the video right now, and wait to comment. Because now, guys, this is the genesis of the story. You see these taxis, they're gonna come and pick up illegal immigrants who cross from Zimbabwe getting into South Africa. Then they take them to the interior of South Africa because now they just want money, because they are hospitable, because they are South Africans, because they have Ubuntu or humanity, because they don't know that now they're bringing havoc, problem, criminals into their countries. Because now, guys, I want to tell you this genuinely. This is not about content. This is about the truth. South Africans are very nice, human people. They're very African, actually. That's the best way to describe them. They're very African. They're very nice, hospitable. They pamper visitors. Whether they doubt or they don't doubt them, they just receive them with an open heart. Now, what happens later is naming, is beshaming, is hate of someone who pampered you, who drove their car this fast to come and pick you up, make sure they bring you into their country. Maybe you can be a nice person or you can be useful. Now, firstly, guys, watch this video. When I return, we'll talk about it. As you had it, you saw the video, you saw what happened. These taxi drivers, now these guys, they're the genesis of the character or a behavior or of what South Africans are. South Africans, they're not hateful people. These guys actually, they watch videos about South Africans being called xenophobic, South Africans being anti-black, anti-black. South Africans, they don't like black people. But these are black people who help foreigners, desperate, asylum-seeking foreigners, to come to South Africa. Now they receive them from the Limpopo side of South Africa, the last province of South Africa, towards Zimbabwe, and then they put them into the interior. They risk their life, they risk their licenses, they risk it all to bring these foreigners into South Africa. That means, that's one pointer, that South Africans, they're not xenophobic, they're not hateful of their brothers from other part of Africa. So now they bring them into South Africa, but that's the genesis of the story of the hate. Now, if someone can help you come into their country, I mean, someone is going to foolishly say, no, because they want money. The amount of money you give them does not tantamount to the amount of money they invested into getting a license or into the money they use to buy that taxi. If they are renting the taxi, the amount of money you're going to pay them or an illegal immigrant pays to these guys is not going to take them through a month. If it can take them through a week, it cannot take them through a month. And it's not because this is their last day in life. So these drivers, they risk it all because firstly, they are humans. Secondly, they see these are our brothers. Thirdly, man, it's also made a side gig because this is not their last trip of the day. Definitely. That means the money is not enough. So now, guys, South Africans do this. They go down the rabbit hole. They risk it all to come and help a brother, to give them a helping hand. Now, later, come and say, no, they don't like black people, they don't like us. But I saw a video of a Nigerian, a South African, married to a Nigerian, living in Nigeria. Oh my God, man. The place was so bushy, the road was dusty, it was a maram road. I imagine the kind of South Africa I lived in for 5 years, how beautiful the roads are. And then a sister, because of love, she went into Nigeria and lived that kind of life. That's love, we all understand, but you? Crazy, man. So now, guys, the video is pretty much about the clash between e-hailing drivers and taxi drivers. South Africans are getting rid of e-hailing drivers because, man, the time I was in South Africa, I was planning to graduate from Uber Eats motorbike riding to Uber passenger driving or to e-hailing, driving a car, from riding a motorbike to driving a car. But one thing that discouraged me was a clash, was a fight between taxi drivers and the e-hailing drivers, because e-hailing drivers are these Uber guys who take passengers. There was that, what other e-hailing company was it? I forgot. Was it Dodo or Dada or Didi? Yeah, there was Didi, that Chinese company that failed from the start. From its launching, it really failed. Then there's so many other, like there's also Bolt or Taxify. So those companies, most employees of those companies are immigrants, and actually, with proof, without fear of contradiction, illegal immigrants. Well, for Bolt, the majority of them are Zimbabweans. Uber, the majority of them is Ugandans, then some Malawians, Somalis, and also definitely Zimbabweans. So now, guys, the problem came in because most of the passengers, maybe during month end, maybe some other busy days, maybe festive seasons or whatever, some specific days or holidays, people opt for this e-hailing transport system than public system like buses and taxis, because now they are quicker and cheaper. Now, eventually, the taxi drivers are going to miss out on money. They're going to lose their money. They're not going to work. They're not going to make an earning. And eventually, they may lose out on their jobs because they are renting maybe the cars, or they definitely have bills to pay at home for their kids, for their families, or also for themselves. So what happens? They try to curb down these guys or to crack down on them, because firstly, they definitely know the information is real. They're the same people who transport these guys from borders after they've crossed from Zimbabwe and get into the start or the interior of South Africa, they are the same guys that drive these illegal foreigners, so they definitely know that these guys that do these jobs are illegal foreigners. So now they're cracking down onto them. They're trying to say, guys, you must F off. We know, guys, you are foreigners, we know you are brothers, but we also need to survive. We also need to go back with the plastic at home. So now it is becoming a big issue. Now because of this, some immigrants or some other Africans out of South Africa, they feel like South Africans are hateful. Man, how do you have the audacity, the guts of leaving your country after hating its leaders, and then you go to someone else's country illegally? By God's chance, you have a job, and then you feel like it's your entitlement to have that job when a citizen of that same country doesn't have a job. Why do you think that? Now guys, firstly, I want you guys to see this video. You will be telling me what you think about it. At this point of watching this video, you should have subscribed already, because what I'm telling you is gonna help you, help your brother, and help someone else watching this video, or someone else who would see the video in the future and stop being a foreigner, or stop the mentality, or be discouraged of trying to go to South Africa illegally, because this is gonna help you and gonna help your kids or your friend or your siblings or all of us. Because if we understand that illegal immigration in not only South Africa but all the other countries is a crime, we'll understand that we have to up our game, pull up our socks, improve our status, work hard for ourselves and our countries, and in the long run we're gonna be better people. So guys, watch this video, and when I return, I'm gonna do another reaction.
Guys, imoto zama-Uber. Bashisa imoto zama-Uber no. Fucking shit, maponya situation. Fucking shit. Yo. Yo.
Taxi services, minibus taxi drivers having an altercation with e-hailing services, and we have Heidi Jokos, who is on location to also give us an update on that story. Good morning again, Heidi. What is the latest developments there?
As I mentioned earlier to you, it was business as usual. It is still business as usual. It seems as though it's operations as normal here at Maponya Mall. We are, of course, trying to confirm with police whether or not there have been any casualties and the severity of the situation yesterday. But we do know that about 3 vehicles were torched yesterday, and it seems to be clashes between minibus taxis and Uber drivers. But I want us to get some perspective from a community member. We are joined by Nana. Thank you for your time, Nana. You were here yesterday. This is understood to have happened at around 6:30. Maybe just tell us, from your understanding as a community member, what exactly happened here yesterday.
So what was happening is there's people that were requesting for Uber rides that were coming out of the entrance there by Pick and Pay, and all of a sudden, when the pickup was supposed to happen, people came in, they took the driver out, hit him, and then they started putting the car alit, and then fire shots were going on. This has been happening for a while, but it was not as this violent. We have been experiencing problems with requesting Uber rides from Maponya Mall because taxi drivers really don't want us to use Ubers. So sometimes Uber drivers would not come in and pick us up inside, but will call us and let us know to come outside here so that we can get those rides for safety purposes. But a while back, we were told that they had managed to speak to the mall management and they can operate inside. We were able to ride from the inside of the mall, but since from last night, we don't know what's going on. We're just coming in numbers here today. We're going to just ask mall management to give us a way forward and give us direction as to what response they are going to take in terms of letting us know what is going to happen with the Uber drivers. Are we still going to be able to ride? But we also feel that we've got equal rights to the mall, and we believe that we have a choice to use whatever transport systems we want.
Yes, guys. Now, as far as I remember, by the time I left South Africa, the last job one could do that is not as criminal or offensive is Uber for passengers. Now, because I was doing Uber Eats, Uber for food, delivering food, that was kind of, I got to the point of, man, I'm tired of this job, because it was stressing, exhausting, it was everything. It was traumatizing at some point, because you go deliver to someone based on how tired you are. They talk to you, you respond to them. I mean, the way they treat you doesn't seem like it's nice, but because you have to execute your job, you find yourself not loving it, not enjoying how they respond to you, especially when you deliver to whatever. But now, by the time I left South Africa, I felt like I had an impression that e-hailing or driving a car, or transporting passengers from point A to point B, or e-hailing, pretty much doing Uber or Taxify or Bolt, was the best option. But now also I realized that Bolt is also one of the most scariest other job to do in South Africa, because Uber Eats, you get used to it, you actually know the hotspot areas, you know that maybe point A is not safe for me from this time of the night, so I shouldn't go there anytime. I should only go to Sandton City, I should go to Rosebank, Greenside, all those places, Melville, around that place, but I shouldn't go to Westbury and so many other places. But for Uber of passengers or Bolt or e-hailing, anywhere you go, it could be scary, it could be crazy for you, because anywhere you pick up or you drop off a passenger, there could be a taxi driver who has missed out on that 15 rand, on that 20 rand, on that 50 rand. So now, because now, guys, the most scariest people in South Africa, the most deadliest people in South Africa are taxi drivers, because these brothers, these group men, they are armed. And actually, guys, being armed in South Africa is not a crime, because now I did a video actually about I visited a gun shop where guns are sold, and actually I interviewed the guy, and he told me, no, you can purchase it. I told him, no, I'm an illegal immigrant, but I have my passport. He said, no, I can issue a license. Imagine, I'm an illegal.
This is acceptable in South Africa. Yo, man, so how much can this go for? 32.5 thousand. So what does it take for someone to purchase this?
So these taxi drivers, the most of them are armed, just like taxi drivers in Uganda go with this. Many people in Uganda go with this enkoni or a grazing stick, because it's like a culture. You feel comfortable, you feel you're armed with this. So when a fight or a clash comes up, or a feud between e-hailing illegal immigrants and South African taxi drivers that are citizens comes up, you expect gunfire, you expect gunshots, you expect death, you expect
Guys, imoto zama-Uber. Bashisa imoto zama-Uber no.
Think about. South Africans are not bad people. They are not bad people. You can't find me in my home after I have been hospitable, after I've pampered you, and then you misbehave. When I try to reciprocate that, then I become bad, I become xenophobic, I become evil, I become inhumane, you call me all the other names. That's wrong. That's actually wrong. Now, guys, matter of fact, I've now picked up this character or behavior or spirit of talking about illegal immigration and why it's bad, because now, at a very little or smaller extent, I've experienced it in Uganda. It is happening, only that I haven't gotten time and resources to dig deep into it, because I know in Kampala, in the city center, things like this are happening, only because the law enforcement in Uganda is kind of much better than that of South Africa, but it doesn't stop people from bribing maybe landlords to evict citizens and then bring in foreigners because they have big checks, because the Sudanese, they pay in dollars and stuff like that. That will come in the future of this vlogging journey, because now we're just in the in the start of 2026, most definitely, if God wills, if my resources get me there, I'll be able to go to Kampala and tell you a story of illegal immigrants in Uganda, how they behave and how they bribe citizens. Now guys, the story of taxi drivers is a sad one, but it's a good reality for people to understand. It's a reality check actually. If you're a foreigner, you're so lucky you haven't been to South Africa, and you are thinking about going to South Africa and become a don of this world, a tycoon. Let me tell you guys, 100% of people who go to South Africa, only 1%, if not 2%, become tycoons. And what they do in South Africa is crazy. It's not because they're very skilled, it's not because they're very lucky or they're very smart. They are just, what they do is just below what is beyond what your eyes and ears can hear and see. So don't be fooled that you can go to South Africa and make it. If South Africans themselves haven't made it, who do you think you are? How smart do you think you are going to be to make it? Now guys, someone made a comment by the name's Jeffrey. He said he loves my analysis, my vlogs, because our politicians are lying to us. Now it brought me to a point of Julius Malema. When I first went to South Africa, but actually before I went to South Africa, I used to love Julius Malema saying, foreigners, we should take the borders out. But man, wait a minute, which country has taken away the borders? I don't know much of the countries that have taken borders away, but one thing I know about Julius Malema, there's a big reason why South Africans are not voting him. Now the main reason as why foreigners or Africans outside of South Africa think that Malema should be voted in, as South Africans don't vote him, they know much more than all of us know. It's the very main reason why in Uganda they don't vote Bobby Wine or some other political leaders. Because I just told you, and I continue to say that, I'm so willing to repeat myself, because I'm repeating myself on the same topic. The topic is illegal immigration, but it all comes back to leadership, it comes back to patriotism, it comes back to corruption, bribe, and everything. I told you stories of my brothers from Malawi telling me we should kick General Museveni out of power, and I asked them, how about you? They said, now we're gonna vote. When we vote, we shall change leadership. They changed from Chakwera to Mtarika. Nothing happened. These guys never left South Africa. Matter of fact, they are still coming to South Africa. Now my brothers from Zimbabwe, we are condemning Robert Mugabe. When Robert Mugabe left, they went to the streets and celebrated. But 5 years down the road, they are still coming to South Africa like nobody's business. Maybe this could be a lesson also for the people from Venezuela who have been celebrating, chanting, Nicolas Maduro has been kidnapped, dehumanized, embarrassed. They have celebrated. But you know what? America is going to benefit from this, not Venezuelans. So guys, don't blame anyone else about what is happening in your country, about the politics of your country. You should blame yourself. South Africa is still a better country because they take better decisions. Now someone is gonna, usually Zimbabweans like to use this card, no, we helped them during the apartheid era. So guys, maybe I could be having a memory loss. I want someone to come in the comment section and remind me of something. If Zimbabweans helped South Africa be where they are right now, why did they help themselves to be where South Africa is right now? I don't get it now. I do not get it, guys. Anyway, the video is about e-hailing, the clash between e-hailing drivers that are illegal immigrants and citizens, South African citizens who are taxi drivers that are fighting these guys to go back to their countries or to leave their jobs or to leave their cake. Guys, what do you think about the story? I'm gonna play more videos. I hope you guys react to them, but most importantly, guys, do these things. Do these two things. Subscribe to the channel, and please don't skip the ads. If an ad comes, it's gonna be just 5 seconds, 10 seconds. If you play that ad, it helps me get maybe 2 rand or 1 cent or 50 cents or 1 rand. And in the long run, if all of you do that, play the ads, maybe I'm gonna get $100 maybe I'll be able to start traveling to go to Kampala and show you, to go to refugee camps and show you how actually refugees be like, how they behave, how they live. Because in Uganda, sort of refugees, man, we shall talk about that when we get there. We shall cross that bridge when we get there. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video this far. In closure, I want to say, you can doubt my vlogs, you can doubt my accent, you can doubt my English, you can doubt my vocabulary, you can doubt everything that I speak. But one thing stands constant: God is great.